Yo, what's going on, man? Today is November the 15th, 2023. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show. I'm live on Twitter right now. I'm also live on YouTube with it as well. Y'all know the vibes, man. Do me a favor, hit the like button for me as you guys join. It's always greatly appreciated. I know it's new people joining the community every single day. I appreciate everyone for spreading the word about the show. Getting as many sharp minds in here. I know there was a lot of plays. I typically write down the plays that people share, and I try to write down the person name so I can, just remember who's sharp, who's come in and contributed in a positive way. And I must say, it's a lot of sharp people in, that join the space. So it's the reason why I decided to do the show, and hopefully we can make some more money today. Speaking of today, just going back just a tad bit, quick recap of yesterday. I didn't have a lot of plays yesterday. I ended up going 7-3. DeJounte Murray cashed his points plus assists with no Trae Young in Detroit. Asir Thompson got off to a slow start rebounding the basketball. He went under his 10.5. Orlando and Brooklyn, Orlando defense didn't show up at all. They ended up giving up 124 points in that game. That one flew over the total. Brooklyn and Orlando did not cash the under. Lou Dort didn't cash his threes because OKC just blew out the San Antonio Spurs so quickly that they didn't even need to play. None of the starters needed to play their full allotment of minutes. But then in the late games, we got a lot of cash. James Harden to go under 5.5 assists cash. Excuse me. The Clippers team total under 10.5 also cash. Keontae George over his 5.5 assists, over his 6.5 assists. I gave out both lines. They both cashed. The Minnesota Timberwolves on the money line, even though they did have to fight to close out Golden State last night, that cashed as well. And then this is one of the reasons why I tell people to join the membership, because as soon as the space ended yesterday, as soon as the show went off, we got official news that Joel Embiid got rolled in. That total had dropped all the way to 239.5. And I tried to take it as soon as possible. By the time I got it, it was like 240.5. But it really didn't matter the number because I added that it's pretty much like 2 minutes after we got off the show. And hopefully the members were able to take advantage of that and cash that as well. Indiana, Philly to go over 240.5 yesterday was another winner. So hopefully we can do it all over again today. We got a lot of games on the board. Give you guys the notes. What I got, I do have four plays I'll share. One play I won't share just because the line has moved so much that it's not really as feasible. But let's jump into it, man. Let's get into the games that we have today. Real quick, I want to make sure I have the most updated injury news. Let me just go through and put that in the space for you guys as well. I like to try to help out as much as possible. So Steph ruled out for tomorrow's game. LeBron is a game time decision tonight. That helps us none. Anthony Davis is probable. Looks like he is going to play. Shaedon Sharpe looks like he's going to play tonight. So we don't have anything like super new. Malcolm Brogdon, of course, is ruled out, which we knew already. Well, I insinuated that he was. Gary Harris is ruled in for Orlando in that game against Chicago. Markelle Fultz is out. I kind of figured that. Batum is also out for today's game against the Boston Celtics. And then, of course, Giannis a couple hours ago was ruled out as well. So I put all those in the chat up top just so people can kind of look at them. But let's jump into the games for today. Let's just jump right into them. So I'll tell you guys what I'm looking at. And then, as always, if anybody got anything else they want to share, just send me a request. Drop your plays off in the YouTube comment section as well. And let's see if we can find some winners for today, man. That's what it's about. Real quick, let me just check the comments real quick. Justin says, yes, sir. Just pulled up. Hit the like button. I appreciate you, Justin, for hitting the like button, taking, the couple seconds that it does for you to do that. Really appreciate you over there, my guy. I know you typically tap in with me all the time, so appreciate you being here. Oaktown's Finest says, was good player. First time checking out the show. I appreciate you being here, Oaktown. Hopefully we can discuss some plays that put some money in our pockets. That's what we do the show for. I do it every day, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube and on Twitter Spaces as well. Multi-platform, so we can just reach as many people as possible. Justin says, really appreciate that Jokic over 12.5 rebounds from yesterday. Yeah, that was a pretty easy one that cashed. I kind of had to sweat out James Harden under his 5.5 assists. He finished with 4. So it wasn't too much of a sweat, but he got a couple in a row, and that just I didn't like that as much. But Yeah, Jokic, I talked about it yesterday. He's averaging like 17 and a half rebounds. So, yeah, whenever he's playing against a team that's small, doesn't have another big, especially off the loss, I'm typically going to be targeting Jokic rebounds. So, like that as well. Midwest says, please like and subscribe. It definitely helps me a lot. Helps out a lot if you guys do. And for new people joining, the YouTube channel, becoming YouTube members every single day, I just want to take the time to say, if people are looking for it, because I know a lot of people say, hey, Chris, how can I find access to your plays? My plays are on YouTube. A YouTube membership will cost you $5.99 a month, and you get access to all my plays. I typically cap the games, give out a play as soon as I get done, and then sometimes it updates periodically throughout the day. But if I see something I like the night before, I typically send it out. And we're going to talk about one of those plays today that I didn't send out yesterday just because the line wasn't available. Coop says, hopefully my bets today don't put me in a chokehold like Draymond did Rudy. Yeah, Draymond a wild boy. He's a wild boy for sure. What's up, Doug and D? Appreciate you being here. Daniel says, hope you're good, Chris. I was looking at teams who play with the fastest pace and rest equals 0. They're giving up boards to starting guards. I think Poole at 2.5 is a nice look. 4+ is plus 190. Okay. Jordan Poole looks like a shell of himself, but yeah, we'll talk about it. Doug and D says LeBron's a game time decision. I took that as well. I've seen that as well. He took LeBron assists. Raven says I like the Knicks on the money line. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that game. Tariq says, "What's good, Chris? What's the Mavs? What's the Mavs got cooking today? They burned me yesterday. Yeah, the line looked a little fishy yesterday." Estai says, "What's up, Chris? Hope some of y'all played those Heat picks I mentioned. Yeah, if you guys aren't checking out S-Dot in the comments, man, he is on the YouTube comments. He knows his Miami Heat. That's why I love doing the show as well. I know it's people that's completely locked in specifically on their team, and then they come on and they share their looks. And typically they're going to, be profitable on the day, especially if they got multiple picks. So definitely appreciate S-Dot as well as always. Raven says Suns can choke -6 out of the Wolves tonight. That is funny. That's hilarious. Happy Wednesday to my guy David. Johnny says 7 through 9 picks yesterday. Thanks, Cham. Not sure what that means, Johnny, but hopefully it means you made some money last night. Let's cash these parlays tonight. Tonight is the night. Brian says, I'm not big on parlays, but I do got one I'll share with you guys. All right, so let's jump into the card for today. First game up we have is the Dallas Mavericks traveling to DC, not too far up the street from me, and they'll be taking on the Washington Wizards. This line is still currently, I just want to make sure I got the update. Yeah, it's still at 5. There is injury implications in this game, just for people who don't know. So let me just this. So the line had moved up to 6. The reason why I came back, 5.5, 6. The reason why I came back down was because Kyrie Irving is listed as a game time decision. That whole Dallas Mavericks starting lineup yesterday didn't play that many minutes. They got smashed yesterday. For people who don't know, I want to say they gave up 70 points by halftime to the Indiana Pacers. I'm sorry, to the New Orleans Pelicans. And the Pelicans didn't look back. They scored 43 points in its third quarter as well. So they had well over 115 points at the end of the third quarter, almost 115 points at the end of the third quarter. So the Dallas Mavericks didn't play heavy minutes at all. And I like them to bounce back today. I really, really do. You look at this Washington Wizards team. I mean, I'm not really 100% sure what you're looking at. They can get hot though, right? Like Kyle Kuzma can go on like little personal runs by itself. I didn't see Bilal's numbers for today. I was looking for him because I like his points, rebounds, and assists. I talked about it in the Toronto game the other day, but didn't quite get there. And that number I think was 11.5, or I think it was 11.5. But I didn't see it when I looked earlier. I do like Bilal a lot. I think his points, rebounds, and assists is going to be something that we're gonna be able to cash on, specifically while the books aren't catching on too much. So I do like him a lot in this spot. Like I said, when I checked earlier, I didn't get there. So for the Washington, of course, they blew away. I think they had a 16-point lead at halftime against the Toronto Raptors a couple nights ago. They do have a full starting lineup today. And the one thing I was listening to NBA Sirius XM, I forgot what the show name is, but somebody was saying that, the Mavs, it's typically pretty easy to cap this team. If they're able to make threes, then they're going to win the game. But if it's a team that plays pretty good defense at the three-point line, then they can really slow down the Mavs. So I did some more research. The Mavs shoot the most threes in the NBA. Well, not shoot the most threes. They make the most threes. They're attempting top 5 threes, and they're playing extremely, extremely fast. For those reasons, and I do see Bilal. Bilal's points, rebounds, and assists are up to 14.5 now. I see my guy Monotone in here. Me and Monotone will talk about that in a second. But back to the cap of the game. The Mavs are, like I said, making the most threes in the league. The Wizards' three-point defense isn't necessarily the worst. They're not bottom 10, but they're also not top 10 in any statistical category as it relates to threes, as far as makes, as far as attempts, as far as three-point percentage, field goal percentage. So for that reason, it should be a Mavs bounce back spot. I tweeted out something earlier. It was the Dallas Mavericks, since Luka has been there coming off a game that Luka played in, and they lost by 20 plus, because yesterday they did lose by 21. They are whatever the number was. I think it was like 11-1 straight up, 11-0 straight up, 10-1 against the spread. So I do expect the Mavs to bounce back in the spot. I think that they have a little bit too much offense for the Washington Wizards, but the Dallas Mavericks aren't playing a lot of defense either. This is, a revenge spot for Dallas as well. I remember that game last year. They came to DC and lost that game after they started off really hot. And then I'm not sure if it was Porzingis or Kuzma. Somebody started lighting them up. And before you knew it, Washington had gained a lot of momentum, and they ended up still in that game. So I want to say Dallas has lost 4 games in a row in DC. I do expect them to bounce back in this spot. The way I chose to play this game was I took Derek Lively. I feel like you've got to like Lively today. There is some caution about foul trouble, but I'm cool with that. I'll live with it. Derek Lively has been kind of Jekyll and Hyde. He only has 2 games, I think, out of his 7 that he's actually cashed his points plus rebounds prop over. But, I mean, he has the most advantageous matchup, one of the most advantageous matchups you're going to find today. So we know that the Wizards have been giving it up left and right to pretty much every single big. He's no Pascal Siakam, of course, but we saw what Siakam just did to this same Washington Wizards front line. And that's because Kyle Kuzma, not going to really play a lot of defense. Daniel Gafford plays with effort, but he's a tad bit undersized in my opinion. And then you can also just draw him out of the paint. And who else do they have to be able to guard the rim at all? Nobody. This Wizards team has given up the most points in the paint. They've just really been giving it up. So the way I chose to play Lively was I took his points plus rebounds over 15.5. I want to say I played it on ESPN Bet. For people who didn't check out ESPN Bet, they do have the 4 free, I think it's $50 bonuses, bet bonuses if you sign up. So definitely check them out. I played this last night, 15.5 for Derek Lively. Also went a quarter unit on Derek Lively, double at plus. I want to say it was plus 550 when I played it. So those are the 2 plays that I like the most in this game. Derek Lively over his points plus rebounds. Derek Lively double sprinkle, and then also Luka threes. 3.5 is Luka threes. He's shooting 9-10 a game. I expected him to come out here, kind of bust Washington up early. He hit 3 threes yesterday and only played 26 minutes. So I like the spot for Luka as well, especially if Kyrie doesn't play. I know his points prop trended up, which makes sense, especially with the news with Kyrie. It opened at 29.5, is all the way up to 31.5, I want to say. So couldn't talk anybody off looking at Luka as well in this spot. And those are my thoughts on this game. I'm gonna move a little bit quicker because I felt like I took too much time on that game. But I do want to check back on the comments. Burns said, take the Wizards to cover tonight. Okay, no way I could do that, but best of luck to you. Abacai says, Jared Jack over 8.5 rebounds. Dame 5-3. We haven't gotten to those games yet. Mark Cuban was in New York yesterday, so he should be at the game today. Everyone should play to impress the boss. We'll see how that goes. I think everyone should play for a sense of pride. When you lose by 20, and there was a post-game report yesterday with Luka, they asked Luka about the loss, and he said, it's no reason to, be too alarmed. Like, you do, like, the good thing about it is you get to play again, very soon. And I think that they take advantage of that. Typically, when you get blown out like that, it's a good team, you want to take them in a bounce back spot. Coop says he agrees on Lively today. Lil Rari says he loves Kyle Kuzma points today. couldn't talk you up. Kuzma's been the one consistent for this team. Danny Avdija has been playing pretty good. Like I said, Bilal's been playing pretty good, but Kyle Kuzma's been the most consistent scorer, especially when, you got Jordan Poole points kind of trickling down to 14.5, 15.5, 16.5 in some of these games. Amar says, would you take Luka over 28.5 points? I would. I don't think this game's going to be too much of a blowout. Raven says, over 245 between the Mavs and the Wizards. I'd be too scared to play the under. Both of these teams are bottom half of the league defensively. Neither one of the teams really guarding the three. And Luka can kind of fill it up by himself, and we know what he can do. Like, this could be a Luka triple-double and a win type of game in a PPD. If the Wizards can kind of keep up. Because that's the part that scares me just a tad bit, is that – how can I help you? Thank you.
It's a good pack.
Okay. All right. Thanks. All right.
The Wizard.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Shut the door for me, please. Sorry about that. Man, I had a thought that I was trying to get out too. Luka points over triple-double. Dang, something else I wanted to mention. My son just popped in. So my apologies there. I was talking about the over. Over 245 is what Raven meant. So yeah, I still the thing about the Wizards is their offense can get cut off at any given time. Like, I've seen this team get hot for a quarter. I've seen them get hot for a half. It's really, really rare that the Wizards will score a bunch of points throughout the whole entire game. But this is one of the games that they could. 245 just seems like a tad bit too high of a number. I think if I'm playing the total, I'm just looking at the Mavs team total to go over versus playing the Wizards team total, just like keeping them, just out of it altogether. EQ says the Mavs bounce back. I think so. Do you have any HTH win pros? I'm not even sure what that is, Johnny. Aaron says I took Poole for 4 threes. Okay, best of luck there. What do you think about the Mavericks first quarter spread? The Wizards can come out hot. Like, we saw them, they blitzed the Toronto Raptors in their last game. And if I'm taking a team in the first quarter, I typically like take teams that play defense in the first quarter. The Mavs don't play a lot of defense. They just scoring a whole bunch of points, and their offense is kind of clicking on all cylinders. So I don't like the Mavs first quarter as much, but don't let me talk you off, Devontae. EQ says I took Luka. I think Luka hits at least 35. I can see that. All right, cool. All right, let's jump into the next game. So we got the Knicks traveling to Atlanta. Probably got there before the actual Atlanta Hawks did because excuse me, because the Hawks had to play in Detroit yesterday, and the Knicks were in Atlanta, probably chilling. We know that they had the day off. So this is the second leg of a back-to-back. It's also a road home back-to-back for the Atlanta Hawks. And they kind of struggled to close out the Detroit Pistons yesterday. The Detroit Pistons are a feisty team. I think that they did end up covering that game. But, they had all their starters play pretty heavy minutes. Going back and kind of looking at the matchup, the Knicks kind of owned the Hawks recently too. I think this is a matchup that they take seriously. I like backing the Knicks off a loss. And I like backing the team in a rivalry that has the more rest. So offensively, the Atlanta Hawks are the better team, but defensively, the Knicks are the better team. Rebounding wise, the Hawks are pretty good rebounding, but they're not touching the Knicks rebounding. The Knicks are the best rebounding team in the league right now, the best offensive rebounding team in the league. So I like the Knicks in this spot. I think that, going through and kind of looking at the Knicks schedule, every team that they've played so far that can't stop them, like that doesn't have an elite defense, is the teams that have really struggled to slow them down. So for that reason, I do like the Knicks. I played the Knicks on the money line earlier today on FanDuel at -1. What was it? -1, -102, -104, something like that. So if you want to ride with me there, I did take the Knicks. I think that they get the job done. The Knicks are typically a first half team, but I think from a tired leg perspective, you do probably want them for the full game. Plus, I like backing the Knicks off a loss. Also, a couple of other things I checked out. I checked out the Knicks last season when they were in closely contested, like small spread type games. So whether they was laying 3 or catching 3 and anything in between, and they had a positive. They played well. So my notes I wrote, the Knicks are 3-1 straight up, 4-0 against the spread off a loss. They match up well versus the Hawks and have the rest advantage here. The Knicks have historically played well against the Hawks in Atlanta too. Over the last 2 seasons, they're 4-1 straight up and 4-1 against the spread when playing against the Hawks in Atlanta. All of the starters play heavy minutes, of course, besides Trae Young. Trae Young is active for this game. Um, I, I, and Trae Young can play well, but as long as RJ Barrett is ruled in, which hopefully he does get ruled in, I like the Hawks. I like the Knicks a lot tonight. Also, the Hawks just 4-10 straight up since the start of last season when they're playing the second leg of a back-to-back and have travel involved. So I like looking through those things. And like I said, the Knicks, they've only lost to the really good defensive team. They lost to Boston twice. I think the Pelicans are a good defense, at least when they have everybody. And they lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I'm not sure what happened to the Bucks. So those are the 4 teams that have actually beat the Knicks so far. They haven't lost to any of these teams that they can score points against. So I love that they have the 19th rated defense on the second leg of a back-to-back. So I played the Knicks on the money line, -106 on FanDuel. All right, that's that game. Next game up, we got the Celtics and the 76ers. So this game is pretty interesting because the Celtics are in a revenge spot. We know that they lost against the Philadelphia. They lost to the Philadelphia 76ers less than a week ago. And there's injury implications for this game as well, of course. So starting off, not Tyrese Maxey. Tobias Harris is, I think, probable for this game. He's probably going to end up playing. Joel Embiid is a game-time decision. And Jaylen Brown is also a game-time decision. He missed shoot-around earlier. Porzingis with the knee issue is also a game-time decision. So a lot of moving parts. Nicholas Batum has already been ruled out, of course. A lot of moving parts in this game. I think the Celtics are a better team, and this is they're in a much better spot. The Philadelphia 76ers are coming off a lot of games at home, and they're still at home, but they just played against probably the fastest. Well, not even probably the fastest team, the highest scoring team that we've seen in quite some time. This Pacers team is off to even better start than what the Sacramento Kings were doing last year at the beginning of the season. So you can kind of see them yesterday too, kind of running out of gas in the second half. Pacers really just don't play a lot of defense, so the Sixers were still able to score. The problem is the Celtics have the rest advantage, and it's a revenge spot for them. This line actually opened last night while the Sixers were still playing, and all their starters played heavy minutes last night. This line was actually -1.5, and I could have got the I did get I got the Philadelphia 76ers on the money line at -133 last night. Of course, that line flew away, and it was the only sports book that had it available, which is why I didn't give it out. But I do like the Sixers in the spot. I'm not laying 5.5 because I got the money line in my pocket at -133, but it does kind of make sense. And if you wait until the last minute, kind of figure out what happened with the injury news, you may be able to get an even better number. But the Sixers should be extremely tired in the spot. The Celtics will be, rested, motivated, coming off a smacking of the New York Knicks the other day, specifically in the second half. So I didn't play any player props. I think you probably want to wait until you get all the injury information so you can make the best informed decision with that. But I would say, if Jaylen Brown doesn't play, I think you got to look at Derek White. Porzingis doesn't play, you might get some soft lines on Al Horford looking at his threes, especially if Joel Embiid does play. So it's a lot of different ways you can play this, but I would definitely wait until get that injury information. All right, so that's the cap on that game. Daniel says he's waiting on Portis props. Yeah, I think we gotta be waiting on Portis props tonight. Justin says Knicks plus 100 on my card when I bet it. Okay, Justin got a nice little price on the Knicks. Get his money back evenly. I like it. EQ says the Wizards aren't good. We know that. Trae Young just had a baby. That changed your mind? That doesn't really change my mind, Dave. I talked about Trae Young, so he didn't have a baby yesterday. His wife actually had the baby 2 days ago. I talked about it yesterday on the show, which is why he missed the game yesterday. I'm not sure how it changes him. I will say this: Trae Young. This isn't Trae Young's first child, so he knows how the process goes of not getting a lot of sleep that first night. Like he has I want to say a little boy, and now him and his wife just had the little girl. So that doesn't change my mind too much. I don't know. Like sometimes we see players. I think it was Derek White who had like the greatest game ever, like that greatest streak ever after after his wife had their child in the playoffs 2 years ago. And then it affects everybody differently. Zion just had his wife, I think, or whatever his person is, had a child, and he didn't play as well. So I'm not sure. I'm just taking a better defense no matter what. The more rested team. So that doesn't change my mind too much. If Trae Young is out, Knicks might actually play harder if Trae Young is in because they don't like Trae Young. Leroy says Young 30 points tonight after having a baby. Okay, you want to ride that narrative? Robbo says he likes he needs Sam Hauser 3 props. Yeah, Sam Hauser shot the ball well. I see my guy Stefan in the chat and know he was on him last game as well. Leroy says Portis points at 16 and a half. If you could let people know where you got that line at, that'd be greatly appreciated because I know a lot of people looking for Bobby Portis props. If you could let people know where you got that at, Leroy, and I'm gonna try to find that as well while I'm continuing to go. Real quick, shout out to Sean Thornton. Appreciate you for joining, my guy. Appreciate you for joining the membership. You got any questions, just shoot me a DM on Twitter. I typically get back to people pretty quickly. And I appreciate you, tapping in and joining as a member as well. Hopefully we can make some cash tonight, tomorrow, and all the rest of the days as well. All right, so real quickly before I keep going, I do want to see if we have that Bobby Portis prop because that's, I think, the next game that we're going to. And yeah, we do. FanDuel actually has it, like Leroy said. Bobby Portis is at 16 and a half right now. It's no juice, just minus 102 on FanDuel. So yeah, for people who are interested, Bobby Portis is listed. All right, let's keep going. Next game up, we have the Milwaukee Bucks traveling to Toronto to take on the Toronto Raptors. The Milwaukee Bucks will be shorthanded. Giannis Antetokounmpo is ruled out. Jay Crowder is also out. It looks like Chris Middleton will play. Malik Beasley will start at the shooting guard still. Damian Lillard will play the point guard. Bobby Portis will slide into the power forward, and Brook Lopez will play the center position. On the Toronto side, OG Anunoby is a game-time decision. Gary Trent Jr. also game-time decision. I think those guys are more listed as doubtful. And then Dennis Schroeder's name did pop up on the injury report as well. So a lot of injury implications in this game as well. I really wanted to get there. Kyrie just got ruled out. Appreciate you, Uncut, for sharing that. Thank you, guys. That information is helpful. Not that I really was going to play anything else in that game anyway. But if you want Luka points, you definitely want to jump on him now because that line is probably going to skyrocket. And if you want to pivot, you might want to look at like Hardy or Tim Hardaway Jr. Those guys are going to get, extremely high value tonight. Real quick, let me just check. I want to check and see if you can still get Luka's points. So Luka's at 31.5 on bet on ESPN bet right now, but it just locked up on a lot of sports books. And the 31.5 is actually not even juice, minus 115. I think Luka over 31.5 points, if you can get it right now, is a really, really good look. I would be playing that. No Kyrie, so it means that they probably going to end up, the game probably going to be closer. So yeah, I didn't play the game at all. Well, I did play the game, and I'll talk about how I played it outside of Lively in a second. So let's jump back into the game. But I appreciate everybody for sharing that news. Shout out to you, Wayne, as well. Poochie, I see you shared the news as well. Appreciate you guys for doing that. All right, so back to Bucks and Raptors. The Bucks actually opened this game as 4.5 point favorites, I want to say. Yeah, 4.5 point road favorites. They haven't covered the spread. They're 8-1, 8-1, I want to say, against the number. And now you get Giannis ruled out. We know that the problem that the Bucks had was that they lacked defense. And now you take away their best defender in Giannis and, probably their best scorer as well. And it's not really setting up well for this team. I would have liked to get on the Raptors earlier when they were getting the points. And they're also injured as well. So it doesn't give me a lot of confidence in backing them. But one thing I do know that I'm not doing is I'm not laying points with the Milwaukee Bucks anytime soon, and especially not without Giannis. So real quickly, I wanted to just kind of share some on-off numbers with you guys. So this season for Giannis, they have a 116 offensive rating with him on the floor. With him off the floor, their offensive rating drops to 111. So that's about 5 points. And then the defensive rating with him on the floor is 114. With him off the floor, 124.5. That's a significant drop. So maybe you just look at Toronto team total to go over. I hadn't even really looked at that. Toronto team total is 111.5. I think that could potentially be the play. I would like Schroeder to be in there just so you can kind of facilitate. They are, the Toronto Raptors are a little, they're a little light on bodies as well. Just not having everybody there. But I think Toronto should be able to go over their team total. Yeah, I know they're not the best offense, but yeah, this team really, really struggles on defense without him. So I didn't play any props. Was looking at Schroeder, but like I said, he got downgraded to questionable. Don't really like that news, especially when it's coming in later into the day. All right, so we're going to go to Magic and the Bulls. I'm going to touch on that game really, really quickly. Then we'll keep going. Shout out to Leroy. He put it in the chat as well. Kyrie out. Duggan said he just took Kyrie 20 points. Coop says Josh Green will be a good look. Yeah, we probably won't even get Josh Green numbers. We probably won't even get lines for Josh Green. But he is another sneaky alternative. Mike says he got Luka at 28.5 earlier this morning at minus 125. Yeah, shout out to you if you were able to do that. FanDuel still has him right now at 31.5 at minus 115, but a lot of books have him locked up already. Johnny says, I can't trust the Raptors and Suns team. Okay. Tariq says he's thinking about Kuzma over 23.5. Raven says he likes the Magic money line. Steve says maybe Toronto fourth quarter money line. That's when they seem to wake up. Yeah, that's what they did in the last game. But it's all about game flow. That's why I don't like to play those prematurely, because the Raptors could come out here and kind of keep their foot on the pedal and kind of feed off that energy for how they finished the last game against the Bucks. I'm sorry, against the Wizards, because they were kind of clicking on all cylinders and playing some really, really good defense to even get themselves back into that game. All right, let me speed up a little bit. All right, so Magic and the Bulls. The Bulls are still currently laying. Let me just make sure I got this number right. The Bulls are still laying 1.5 is the consensus. This line actually opened up at 3.5. I think it opened up at 3.5 because most people didn't know that DeMar DeRozan was out. He is going to miss this game for personal reasons. He did say that he was going to be back on Friday, and it should be like a circle spot for DeMar DeRozan. He said that he shot 3 for 14, and that won't happen again. He said he doesn't really like, guaranteeing anything, but he feel like he got to in this spot. So I'm letting you guys know now, the Chicago Bulls and the Orlando Magic play again on Friday, and DeRozan might be a way you want to look. The Magic, I can't get this team right. They're top 5 defensive team, but every time I take them to play defense, they get mollywopped. I took them in the Atlantic City game, not the Mexico City game, and they end up giving up about 130 to the Atlanta Hawks. They come back home, they shut the Bucks down. They have multiple really good games on defense, and then they go to Orlando. They go to Brooklyn, turn the ball over. I think it was 27 times yesterday. Leads to a lot of fast break points, and they blew my under again. Don't really want to back them too much on the second leg of a back-to-back with travel from Brooklyn to Chicago. Granted, it's not a lot of travel, but I do think that, first half they could get it done. Markelle Fultz is out. Jalen Suggs is ruled in. They'll be starting Anthony Black, who's a rookie. He's looked really good, but he is part of the turnover problems that they have. You still got Franz in there. You still got Paolo Banchero. Batase doesn't really do it for me too much, but I do think that this team can compete early in this game because Alex Caruso is also a game-time decision, and Patrick Williams. So you're really just banking on, which team is the healthiest in this juncture. The Magic are the better team. They're 5-5 versus the Bulls just being 4-7. And if you don't know, the Bulls are going to blow this team up. Like, it's really, really close. Zach LaVine's getting asked about it pretty much every single day. It's not looking good for the Chicago Bulls. I was actually looking for a team total, a season-long win total under for the Chicago Bulls, because I think they could probably trade and try to get some draft picks and, just try to build upon something that they have already. I don't even know who they go after in the draft, but I think they probably get rid of Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, honestly, because I think both of them are expiring contracts as well. So I chose to play the Magic in the first half in this spot. I got them at +1 on Caesars earlier today. If you really haven't been following the trend, the Magic have been one of the better teams in the NBA, specifically in the first half. Like this team has been really, really good in the first half. What I had written in my notes was, if I can find it, I know that they're 9-1 to the 9-1 to the number. So they've covered the ATS number in the first half, 9 out of their 10 games, and they've covered it all 5 road games. I just think the way that they lost yesterday, I think is a good bounce back spot. The thing that the Chicago Bulls don't have that the Brooklyn Nets did yesterday is 3-point shooting. Chicago really struggles to score the ball. So now you're gonna be in a spot without DeMar DeRozan. Granted, you still got Zach LaVine there, but Suggs is a pretty good defender. So you put him on Zach LaVine, I think it slows his offense down just a tad bit. So I played Magic in the first half, not really expecting them to cover the full game just because they typically fall off in the second half. And they're on the second leg of a back-to-back with travel. So give me the Magic in the first half. I think you still can get, maybe plus a half a point if you want to ride with me. But that is an official play. I took the Magic plus the 1 earlier today. The total's coming down. Of course, that means it's probably going to go over. No play on the total for me with the Magic today, even though both of these teams really struggle to score. All right, let me go to the comment section. Then we're going to go T-Wolves and the Suns. Let's see. I need money says, I need Tim Hardaway Jr. props. Bad. I saw his threes listed. Maybe they took him down. Justin says best bet of the day, Magic plus 110 when I bet it last night. Okay, Justin, you probably got the plus 3.5. Okay. Tariq says NBA needs to stop with the injury manipulation. Man, I wish that they could see this message. They definitely do. Shadow says thoughts on Vucevic points. I like him, man. I think you look at the Chicago Bulls offense, they don't have a lot of scoring. So it's really like we're not, picking names out of a hat. It's really just him and Zach LaVine. The rest of those guys aren't necessarily there to play offense. Like Kobe White can get hot at times, but they don't have a lot of guys that can score the ball. So I do think that, Vucevic should be in a pretty good matchup today. He's probably going to extend the big, who will probably be Jonathan Isaac, maybe, who's a pretty good defender, but you get him outside the paint is where you want him, and Vucevic can operate from out there. So, yeah, I would say, yeah. Hey, Chris, where do you be getting your injury report news from? So, Greg, just follow Underdog NBA on Twitter, and you can turn their notifications on. It'll send you a notification, let you know, as soon as it's reported. So that's what I would recommend you do. Underdog NBA. You'll see a picture of an orange and black dog. That's where I get all my injury news from. Lil Rari says Magic plus the points and Franz over 3.5 assists. Okay. Markel says thanks for the breakdown on every game. Absolutely, Markel. I handicap these games and try to give you guys the nuggets that I'm looking at. And I appreciate you, just acknowledging that. And everybody for tuning in, man. Like I said, hit the like button for me if you guys can. I'll break the games down. Y'all hit the like button for me. Coop says no window, no play for me personally on this game. Yeah, if you know about that, then you know. All right, let's see. Kobe White under 5.5 assists at plus 100. He hasn't gone over that number in 10 games against the Magic. Okay, Steve got a look. And Johnny likes Magic Bulls under. That's the catch it. Yes, we did mention that Kyrie was out. S-Dot, appreciate you for bringing that up again. For people who didn't hear it, S-Dot just shouted it out that Kyrie is out for this game. Brown and Porzingis are out too? Oh, wow. Okay. Sheesh, I did not see that. I appreciate y'all for shouting that out as well. It's the thing about doing these live shows. What's up, Snag? Appreciate you for tapping in, my brother. Keith says Grant Williams over 10.5 points at plus 102. Now what y'all think? Yeah, I think so. Like Grant Williams didn't have he's going to be that sneaky player for them. So I couldn't talk you off there at all. Could not talk you off there at all. Dang, that's crazy that Kyrie and Luka got ruled out. I mean, not Kyrie and Luka. Who did we just say got ruled out? Jaylen Brown and Porzingis got ruled out. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, let's keep going. We can double back around to some of these. All right, so next game up, we got the Timberwolves and the Suns. Suns are laying 6 points as a home favorite against the scorching hot Minnesota Timberwolves. I was looking at this game last night, and the first thing that jumped out to me was I said, I want to see how hard the Timberwolves got to play to beat the Golden State Warriors. Jaden McDaniels, of course, didn't have to play hard at all because he got ejected within the first minute due to the altercation that he had with Klay Thompson. But everybody else had to play really, really high minutes. Like the Golden State Warriors really wasn't going away. For that reason, I can't back the Timberwolves in this spot. The Timberwolves are not in a great spot at all. This is the second leg of a back-to-back. Okay. This is the second leg of a back-to-back for the Timberwolves, and they are also coming off a third game in 4 nights. I want to say fourth game in 6 nights, and they've all really been on the road as well. So it's not the greatest spot for the Timberwolves. I'm not one of those guys that typically like run to the window to back a team that's supposed to be good when I haven't seen them be good yet either. And that's the problem that I'm running into here. Like, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant is the best 3-way, super team in my estimation in the league. But I do think that sometimes we need to see, kinks kind of worked out. If they were playing against, a bottom 10 defensive team, I just tell everybody take their team total over, and I play it as well. But the Timberwolves should run out of gas in this spot tonight, and I think that's why the Suns are favored by so many points. This line actually was at 4.5 last night. It got bet up to 5. I saw it go to 5.5. Now it's all the way up to 6. And it's actually come back down to 5 as well. I just kind of want to see Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and KD play together. Maybe not against the best defense in the league. And then I'll, make a better assessment for this team. So I didn't play this game, but, the total in this one has also come down from 227 down to 224.5. Best of luck if you guys are playing it. A lot of my sharp guys today are on the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm sorry, on the Phoenix Suns. On the Phoenix Suns today. I didn't get there though. Let's go back to the comments section. Also, real quick, prop wise in that game, I didn't play anything on the prop side just because I think, like I said, I kind of want to see what that looks like. It wouldn't surprise me if Devin Booker runs the point guard, Bradley Beal goes back to the 2. Or if Bradley Beal runs the point guard, Devin Booker plays the 2, and Devin Booker goes over his assist. Like I said, the Timberwolves are a very stingy defense, though. So I'm not, like I said, I just kind of want to see it. Maybe I'll make a live play, but I just kind of want to see it first. All right, back to the comment section. Snag says 58 likes, but it's 188 viewers. Tighten up, y'all. Appreciate you, Snag, for calling that out, man. Hit the like button for me if you guys can, especially if I'm, bringing any kind of value. To your betting in general. 200 people watching live right now. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. And I'm not sure how many are listening in on Twitter as well. So appreciate you guys for tapping in. Daniel says, damn, I knew I should have grabbed Derek White rebounds. Yeah, probably wasn't a bad look. Tariq says, I'm glad I took the under on the 76ers game. You said it yesterday. Ant was looking ahead for this game. I think he goes off tonight. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that, Shadow Fan. I know a lot of people said that they were high on Anthony Edwards yesterday. I didn't like the spot for Anthony Edwards yesterday. And I wish I had just bet his under. Wiggins was glued to him like a glue stick. He was all over him yesterday. When it comes to the Phoenix Suns, though, they don't really have anybody that's going to be able to lock him down like that. Like, they don't have that defender. Okiki's a pretty good defender, but I don't think that he can, lock Anthony Edwards up. The problem I'm having with taking Anthony Edwards in any kind of capacity today is that Anthony Edwards is due to run out of gas as well, eventually in one of these spots. Like, this could be one of those games where Chris Finch, who's the head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves, just kind of pull all those guys late. They're not even playing their starters. I could just kind of see the game going that way, especially with how much energy they had to exert. They literally had to, against no Steph, no Klay, and no Draymond yesterday, they literally had to play down to the last second. And it took Karl-Anthony Towns to hit a couple threes in the fourth quarter for this team just to even win that game. So I don't like it in the second leg of a back-to-back. And plus you had to travel. You look at the Phoenix Suns, they have 2 days of rest. They've probably been practicing, and they lost 2 games. pretty sure they're gonna come out extremely motivated in this spot today. Miles says, "Do you agree with the Sixers money line?" We still don't got the news about Embiid, so I wouldn't play that game until I got all the ducks in a row. I need to know, everybody who's playing, everybody who's not playing. I do think the Sixers still not the right side. This to me feels like a Celtic spot, just because the Sixers are a little tired, man. You got to be tired when you've been chasing Maxey up and down the floor for as long as they have been. Doug and D says, "I took the Milwaukee Bucks total points under." I couldn't talk you off there. Doug and D also says, "Like and subscribe." Appreciate that. All right, we got 2 more games to get to. All right, so next game up, and I'll be brief on this one. We got the Kings, and we got my LA Lakers. This game will be played at at Crypto.com Arena. Excuse me. This game will be played at Crypto.com Arena tonight. And the Lakers, of course, they smacked up the Sacramento. They smacked up the Portland. Who did they play? Yeah, smacked up the Memphis Grizzlies last night. That game was over with before it started. Sacramento Kings are coming off a win as well at home against the Cleveland Cavaliers, so they are the more rested team. They have been playing the Lakers really, really well. They beat the Lakers, so this is a revenge spot for the Lakers. LeBron is still game time decision, so I think you definitely want to wait on that news. I think he's going to play because I think that, given the amount of minutes that he played last night, I don't even think he reached 25 because that game was a blowout. It makes sense for LeBron to play in this spot. The Sacramento Kings are really good offensively. I'll tell you guys that. I was going through and kind of looking at the numbers with Fox on the court versus him being off the court, and it's totally night and day. I think they're averaging 100 points with De'Aaron Fox off the floor. With De'Aaron Fox on the floor, I want to say they're averaging 129. So it's like this dude he means that much to this team. They have an offensive rating of 126 with him on the floor, offensive rating of 106 with him off the floor. He's in for tonight. To me, that does make me lean more towards the over in this spot, just because I feel like the Kings' game plan almost has to be to run the Lakers up and down the floor, make them as tired as possible. They're old. They're not in as good a shape as we are in, and we should just be flying up and down the floor, especially with them playing on the second leg of a back-to-back. So to me, that kind of makes me lean towards the over. I haven't really been able to get the Lakers right this season. When I think that they're going to play well, they don't. When I think they're going to play not so well, they do. So I'm staying off of this game, but best of luck if you guys are getting involved. We'll definitely wait on Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Also, shout out to my guy Munov. I know he talked about De'Aaron Fox over his points prop. He is 6 for 7 to the over on his points prop. I think he's listed at 26.5 against the Lakers in his last 7 games. I think it goes back to Lonzo, the Lakers taking Lonzo Ball over him in the 2017 draft. He just really never, it's always a circle spot for him, whether he talks about it and admits it or not. So if I'm playing this game, I'm probably looking at Fox to go over his points. And then also could not talk anybody off Anthony Davis blocks. I mean, he leads the league in blocks, not even close. I think Daniel Gafford's second and Victor Wembanyama's third right now. So couldn't talk anybody off Anthony Davis to go over his blocks, especially if the Lakers going to take this game really seriously. All right, cool. Last game on the board, and I'll be quick with this one. Then I'll go through the comment section, and then I'll get to my speakers as well. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers on the road, 10.5-point favorites against the Portland Trail Blazers. This is the second leg of a back-to-back for the Portland Trail Blazers. They got stomped out yesterday in Utah. The game was kind of close early, and it kind of played out the way I thought that it would. First half over, full game under. I talked about it yesterday. Of course, I didn't play it, and of course, it hits. Portland Trail Blazers will be extremely short-handed for this game. We know Anthony Simons is still out. Scoot Henderson is out. Shaedon Sharpe, I think, is going to play, but he's listed as game time decision. And then Malcolm Brogdon, of course, has already been ruled out for this game. On the Cleveland Cavaliers side, they will be without Darius Garland. He's ruled out. Isaac Okoro is also still ruled out, but they will have, everybody else. Donovan Mitchell, Max Strus, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and Karis LeVert will probably slide into that starting rotation as well and play point guard. So a couple different ways you can play this game. First thing I looked at was when the last time the Cavs been laying 10 points on the road? So they've only done it. They did it one time. It was against the Charlotte Hornets last year. I think that was a game without LaMelo Ball. But before that, you got to go all the way back to like 2018 when they had LeBron James. This is not a team that you necessarily want to lay a lot of points with on the road because their offense is Jekyll and Hyde, whether they're at home or on the road. There's an extremely consistent trend with this team where they win one game on the road, they lose one game on the road. They win one game on the road, they lose one game on the road. This is a spot that they should absolutely smash. They don't have a lot of shooting, and that's what they'll need to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers are a team that really gives it up to the three-point line. Keegan Murray hit 5 threes in the last game, and you just kind of go through. The Oklahoma City Thunder hit a bunch of threes when they lost that game a couple days ago, and Portland doesn't have that. So this does, to me, feel like this game should go under. The total did already drop from 222 down to 218 and a half, 218 in most books. So I didn't play it. I didn't get involved at all, but I do think that the Cleveland Cavaliers are the right side. They should win this game by 15 to 20 points. I also tell you guys this. It's happened 10 times so far that we've had a double-digit spread so far. The team that's been laying double digits so far this season, they're 7-3 to the number. I know I talked a little bit yesterday about OKC and not really wanting to lay 10.5 points with them against the San Antonio Spurs. Man, you could have laid 15 and felt comfortable with that game. They absolutely mollywopped the Spurs. That game was on national television. They didn't care. So sometimes you do just kind of look at the line and say, damn, that's a high-ass number. But I think I'm going to just go ahead and play it. So that's the way if I'm playing this game, I'm definitely laying with the Cleveland Cavaliers. It does feel like a get-right spot for them. They're the more rested team. They're off a loss. And the Portland Trail Blazers in a very, very bad spot. First game back home, second leg of a back-to-back. They've been on the West Coast, losing games left and right. So those are my thoughts on the game. Oh, one last thing. Caris LeVert. I did play Caris LeVert over his points plus assists. I got that line at – I got Caris LeVert over his points plus assists at 23.5, I want to say. 23.5. And it's the opportunity play, right? Like I said, Garland is out. That's 25% usage that somebody else is going to have that's going to be distributed. You look at Caris LeVert on the season, he's already averaging 19 points and 4 assists on the season. So this one kind of feels like DeJounte Murray last night. I talked about that line feeling a little fishy because they didn't move it. He was at 32.5 points plus assists. He cashed in the third quarter. And to me, Caris LeVert is in a very, kind of similar situation. Of course, Donovan Mitchell's still going to be there, but I like Caris LeVert to go out here and kind of do, his thing as well against this team. And the Portland Trail Blazers, they really struggled against guards. And now they'll be without Brogdon, who's, probably their best perimeter defender. Maybe, Matisse Thybulle, but I'm not going to give him that much credit. Portland this season, they've given up 30 to Cade. They gave up 30, I want to say 30 twice to Desmond Bane. Jordan Clarkson had 30 and 4 assists last night. Maxey had 26 and 4. Malik Monk had 23 and 10, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The Blazers being on the second leg of a back-to-back, shorthanded at the guard position, does not bode well for them tonight. So I did take Caris LeVert over his 23.5 points plus assists tonight. And that's what I got. I'm going to go through the comment section real quick. Broke down all the games. Took me a little longer than I thought it would. But like I said, hit the like button for me. I'm going to get something to drink real quick while I get my speakers up. We're going to get Godspeed up. We're going to get Monotone up. We're going to get Cam up. We're going to get Keith up. And that's how we're going to rock it, man. Like I said, hit the like button for me if you guys join late. Let me get to the comments real quickly, and then we'll get to the speakers. We'll get out of here. Let's see. Where did we lose off at? Tariq says Boston can still win based on the rest factor. Yeah, I think so. I think they can as well, Tariq. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Embiid. Midwest at 6:30 on Twitter. The man is a gift. Hit the like button. It's free. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Midwest. Absolutely appreciate that. S. says, gotta lean Lakers here. Lakers off a half a game beatdown. Yeah, that is true. That is really true. I was doing Giannis over 29.5, but he's out, is what Snag shared with S. Coop says Fox second game back. He'll be ready to play, liking his 32.5 points plus assists. I actually like that number as well, Coop. The Lakers have really struggled against guards so far this season, and I think that trend is going to continue until we get Jared Vanderbilt back, in my estimation. At least that's how I kind of see it. So I like that, Coop. I'm gonna write that down. I think I might, if I'm playing anything in the late game, and I won't. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you guys. I will not be up for this game for the end of that game tonight. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to wake up to in the morning on the East Coast. I stayed up last night watching these games. I can't do it 2 nights in a row. So I'll wake up in the morning and catch it. But yeah, I'll be missing that. But I do like that look, and I appreciate you sharing that, Coop. Fox over 32.5 points plus assists. It's a nice little pivot, especially if you think you're gonna get his teammates involved. What else we got? Shadow says Fox always kills the Lakers. I like his points today. You kind of mentioned that. Colin says Kings money line. Not sure why they are only 1.5 are only 1 point favorites. I don't know if I agree with that, Colin. We'll see though. We'll see. The Kings. It wouldn't surprise me if the Kings won the game, but I don't think I feel confident playing them today. But if you like it, don't let me talk you off, my brother. 1780 Guap says he liked the Lakers money line tonight. What else I got? Drew Holiday double. Ooh. Nah, I don't think so. That's thinking going back and forth. I don't think he get a double. He could though. That Sixers defense is going to look a little more vulnerable than it has been recently. So, I mean, that's potential. The Celtics still going to shoot a bunch of threes. The offense still going to run through Tatum. So, don't get it too twisted that Jaylen Brown not out there. They got guys off the bench that can come in and help too. That's going to definitely space the floor. So, it's going to be a lot of catch and shoot opportunities for those other guys. Nice odds on a parlay for DJ props. He likes Luka, Dame, Pascal Siakam, Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, Anthony Edwards, all to score 30 at 84.64. I'm sorry, 84.60. I can't read. 84.86 on FanDuel. Luka, Dame, Siakam, Donovan Mitchell, Fox, and Edwards. That's kind of like a stars will be stars parlay. I would definitely leave out Anthony Edwards, but that's just me. Donovan Mitchell, I'm not sure if he's going to have to score 30. Luka and Dame, I think they could be in for 30. Luka, if Dame always has the potential to go up for 30, I'll probably play him straight. But Luka, maybe we'll try to crash something real quick. All right, let me keep going because I want to get to the speakers. I know a couple people that's been waiting for a minute. Tyler says, are you doing a banner with your plays or just a recap at the end? So my apologies. I do have what I played. What I played segment is at the bottom right now for you guys who are looking for my official plays. What I played was Derek Lively, like I said in the first game, over his 15.5 points plus rebounds. I also played just a little sprinkle, quarter of a unit on his double at plus. I want to say it was plus 550. I know it says 450 right there. This morning when I woke up, the odds were better. So definitely shop around for the best number. It was on FanDuel when I played it. Orlando plus 1. And then I did parlay. Oh, whoa. I got to change that. It is not Washington. I parlayed the Dallas Mavericks. I gave this one out last night as well. Actually, my first bet that I put in on ESPN Bet. I parlayed the Dallas Mavericks money line, which I still like, even though Luka's not in, with the Cleveland Cavaliers money line. And I got minus 124. I shopped around to make sure I was getting the best odds. Some books had it like minus 140. You probably can get even better odds now that Luka's been ruled. I mean that Kyrie's been ruled out. But I still like Dallas and Cleveland money line parlay at minus 124. Those are the only things I played today. I'm sorry. I add one more. My fault. I'm sorry. I didn't put it here, but I did play Karis LeVert over his 23.5 points plus assists. So those are my 5 plays for today. Lively over his 15.5 points plus rebounds. Lively double, sprinkle, whatever you can get that at. Best odds. Orlando plus 1 in the first half. Dallas Cleveland money line parlay. And Karis LeVert to go over his 23.5 points plus assists. Those are my plays for today. Appreciate you asking, Taylor. And that's what we got there. Cat like snag over 21.5 at minus 122. Hit 4 of the last 6 times versus Phoenix. Cavs scare me sometimes. They can't throw a rock in the pond. Now, that's a fact, Fremont. That's a fact. They just got major advantage in this game. RJ got ruled out. Oh, my gosh, bro. The injury report is crazy. Man. Yeah, I wouldn't put the Raptors in a money line parlay, Robert. Best of luck if you do. They should win the game, but I wouldn't do it. This game kind of screams like old Damian Lillard type game to me without Giannis being there. That's how I kind of see the game going. All right, let's get to the people that's been waiting for forever. Godspeed. Appreciate you sticking around, my guy. Talk to me, man. How you doing today? And tell the people what you like.
What's good, bro?
How you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm good, man. It's a blessing to be here every day. So I can't complain, man. The hook's been crazy lately, but all it means is the big wins on the way. Mm-hmm. Still up big on the season. DeJounte was a sweat-free cash yesterday on the points.
Absolutely.
A blowout killed Lou Dort. Miles Turner and Claxton, they just wanted to fucking foul. So they didn't really fucking play. But, hey, new day, new money. So I'm going to give out a lotto that'll include two of my straights. It's a 2020 late plus 3,000. I'll take DeAndre Hunter and Brook Lopez. I also took both of their lines at 12.5, both at minus 120. I believe I took Brook on DK and DeAndre Hunter on FanDuel. Now, Hunter is averaging 19 points at home this season versus 10 on the road. He's covered in 4 straight games versus Atlanta. They date back to last season. He had 21, 20, and 20 last season, and I gave him out on this very show, first game that they played against the Knicks, and he scored 27 fucking points. I had ran this ladder. So it was a max cash that I gave out on the show. So I'm going back to DeAndre Hunter. For some reason, like I said, dating back to last season, they have Jalen Brunson guarding him. He's too small. So a lot of times, DeAndre Hunter just go to the mid-range, rise up, and just shoot right over him. So like I said, he averaged 19 at home. They're at home. So over Hunter can come out and give me at least 12.5 points. You get to 20, that's great. The other guy I want to talk about is Brook Lopez. He's yet to play a game without Giannis this season. But last season, I do want to say this before I get into Brook. Just tell with caution because it's a new coach in Milwaukee, so it could be a new scheme. So I'm basing this off of last season. That's all I have to base it off of. So tell with caution. But last season, Brook Lopez averaged 20.1 points without Giannis. He had 19 in a game versus Toronto without Giannis. He averaged 20.7 points without Giannis at home versus 13 on the road. He's averaging more points at home this season, 12.5 points at home versus 5 points on the road. Now, with Giannis out, his role changes. With Giannis, he's more of a stretch five, kind of like a cone. He don't really go down low too much. But without Giannis in the lineup, that role changes. But like I said, it's a new coach, so it's all question marks. We don't know what kind of scheme he's going to run. But 2020 is a plus 3,000, 3,300. And if you want something a little bit more safer, you can run them both 15 plus 440. But yeah, that's what I got today.
Okay. Hey, best of luck, guys. Like the way you switched it up and got you a little lotto for today, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Let's go, Stephen. I know Stephen been waiting for forever, and I know he got disconnected, but let's go, Stephen, then go Monotone, Cam, Keith. Get to all my guys, man. Stephen, talk to me, man. Your Knicks play basketball today. What's going on?
Yes, sir. What's up, Chief? Okay?
Yeah, you good? You good? Talk to me.
Those are ranks, Jerry. So I'll get my quick play today. Couldn't agree with everything before the Godspeed said. Hunter Fries the Knicks. Got to take him everything. I'm taking Mitchell Robinson's rebounds. I love his rebounds today. Hold on one second. Sorry. Yeah, I'm on his rebounds today. He opened at 9.5. Basically, if you look at the games when he doesn't play Kristaps Porzingis and he didn't play Evan Mobley and there was a blowout, he's slacking 12 plus rebounds. So I took his 9.5. I took his 12. He's averaging 23 rebound chances a game. I also think this game where him and Julius Randle, like when one rebounds, they both tend to rebound. So I also took both of them to grab 10 at 260. I did half a unit on that. And I also did both of them to grab 12 rebounds at quarter of unit for plus 1,000 on PointsBet. They grabbed 12 plus rebounds in 4 games together this year. They did it the last game against the Hawks. And for that same reason, the Brook Lopez theory of this always happens against the Knicks. DeAndre Hunter, he hates us for some reason. So his block is plus 200. he basically has to block in 6 or 7 games. RJ's not there, so I don't know how that changes the math. But yeah, those are my looks for today. I love Mitchell's rebounds. I like him paired with Julius Randle.
Okay. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson rebounds has been a cash cow for people who don't know. Stephen, just keep getting in here and singing the praises of Mitchell Robinson. And I don't know if y'all taking it or not, but I know he's been cashing. So appreciate you sharing that look, Stephen, a lot, bro. Yeah, no. Go ahead. What you got?
Yeah, obviously changed because RJ's not in there, but I'm a big believer with us. Like when something happens, you got to run it back. But it was plus 30,000 with RJ in it. But basically, Capella, Mitch, and Julius to all grab 12 boards because I love Capella's boards too. And DeAndre Hunter had 3 threes. It was plus 30,000. I'd imagine that's like probably plus 9,000 or 10,000 now. But that's just like one of those like, hey, throw $2 on it and see what happens.
Oh, well, what was that again? Say it one more time, Stephen.
It was Capella, Mitch, and Julius for 12 boards, and DeAndre Hunter for 3 threes.
Capella, okay. Hey, another little long shot by Stephen. Hey, best of luck tonight, Stephen. Appreciate you sharing the looks, bro. Waiting too. Absolutely. All right, Cam. Monotone up next, then Cam, then Keith. Let's go, Monotone. Talk to me, man. What's going on?
How we doing? I'm just about to head out and down to this Wizards game in a minute. So
okay.
I'll be getting a front court seat. I like that you mentioned Lively. I've got a couple long shots in this one. I played Lively double-double at plus 800 last night. Also got plus 1,200 on 12 points and 10 rebounds. Someone in my Discord gave that like pivot out, and I like that. So we know how weak the Washington, front court rebounding and defense is. For me, I'm going to go to my guy, Bilal Coulibaly. I came in here. I said over 1.5 or 0.5 steals at minus 130 was a criminal price. That turned out to be true. He had 4 steals in that game, cashed it in the first quarter. They bumped it up to minus 200, which is, what they should have done. But it should still be 1.5 right here. He's earned himself 30 minutes in this lineup. Washington is a fully tanking team. They're 100% incentivized to play their young players. And obviously, they're going to need his kind of backcourt defense in a game against Luka. Hardaway got some very nice scoring guards. The steal opportunity should be off the charts. So for me, I played his steal. I paired it with Luka to have 25 points at minus 120. That was before the Kyrie Irving news. Posted that a little earlier. So I assume they bumped that up. But just any, of your favorite juice reducers. I'm sure a lot of people are going to bring up a lot of good ideas today. But my favorites were the Luka 25 at minus 120, which I played for a unit. And then I played another unit on that and Julius Randle to have 8 rebounds at plus 109. So I have 2 units on Coulibaly to have 1 steal. And then I also have another half unit on him to have 2 steals at plus 240. And then I have another half unit on him to have 3 steals at plus 750. That is only from what I'm seeing on offshore right now in Bovada, unless FanDuel has finally updated it. But yeah, I love Bilal today. I think they're not quite reacting yet. This guy, like I said last show, absolutely sticky fingers, insane length. He's bouncy, good in transition. For that reason, Washington #1 pace team. I played points plus rebounds at 13. So that's the main game I focused on. I have a little defense parlay too for anyone that has DraftKings. We got Bilal to have 2 steals. We got Gafford to have 2 blocks. And we have Lively to have 2 blocks. I think that's a really good combo. It's plus 1,500. I have that personally around, plus 900, plus, 1,000. So I think we're getting some good value there. Definitely love the defense in that. I do have one more prop outside of that game. Very simple. I'm going Sharp over 2.5 turnovers, minus 140, a little juicy, but I played it yesterday, minus 135. The guy leads the league in minutes, so whenever I see it, I'm just going to keep clicking over 2.5 turnovers. It's an increased ball handling role. There's just naturally going to be more turnovers when you're not a natural playmaker and you're asked to play 41 minutes a game in a team without a real playmaker. So definitely love those spots today. Hopefully I can be up close and center for, the Jordan Poole 40 piece. But we had to get a little sprinkle on that. It's your last chance. Really. I'm there today. Last chance, right? You've done the ban list before. I took him off the ban list for today. So if we don't get at least 30, and he's going back on the ban list for the rest of the season, nothing I can do about it. So got some good energy today, feeling good about the props.
Hey, absolutely, Monotone. I appreciate you sharing looks, man. Excellent breakdowns as always. Enjoy the game tonight, my guy, and hopefully everything you play cashes, man. I really, really hope so. I definitely enjoy the game tonight, man. Luka probably gonna put on a show up there in DC. Low key, kind of jealous if I'm being honest. Let's keep going. Let's go, Cam, Keith, and then we got Dream to take us home. What's up, Cam? Talk to me, man. I'm good, bro. I'm good. How about yourself?
Good, man. Good. Last decent couple of days. I mean, just kind of sold on us, but we got Kobe White. Yesterday, the Nets, we got them, and appreciate that cap that you kind of spoke on. I don't know if you gave it up.
I did not, and of course he cooked them.
Yeah, you spoke on it. You're like, I can see it, and I'm like, good too, so I'm gonna take that.
Right.
So it worked out, but tonight, so I can see that. So what homie Godspeed was saying about the team being different. So something I watched last game that really threw off. I was at that. I got like seats under the 2K view, so that's a pretty good view. And Adrian Griffin, maybe he'll switch it up this time because we destroyed them when he tried it. Is he's running a big back to stop Pascal from running the fast break because that's what we do best, and he knows that. So I was on Giannis's boards last game, as well as Dennis Schroeder, which is one of the picks I have. But just to explain, like what I've noticed with them is if he does it again, he's gonna have it won't be Portis. It'll probably be Brook because he'll already be out there. It's going to have a dude drop back quick to stop the fast break. That's my guess. If he changes it because it didn't work, my bad. But my guess is Brook Lopez's rebounds are 5 tonight. Because like the same with Giannis, he just got to defend that fast break with the Raptors. But my plays tonight are Dennis Schroeder over 1.5 threes. This is the system play at this point against the Bucks. I don't think to be completely honest, I don't think I've missed out a point going up against the Bucks. I'm talking Jalen Suggs, Thomas Halliburton, Kobe White. It does not matter. You take a point there that's facing the Bucks to hit their threes. Dennis Schroeder hit his ladder last time all the way up to 20 points against the Bucks. And I did take it, so I was looking good at it. I was looking at it, but they talked about his knee or whatever. So with a knee injury, I'm hoping that he's still going to be able to shoot. Maybe he won't drive as much, but he's going to take those threes, and I expect him to get 2 threes tonight. So that's -105. I took that. I also took the Mavs -5. It's down to -4.5. Somebody can talk me off, but it's the same as the next line that I looked at. Some lines when I look at them, I'm just like, I don't get it. The Mavs just came off a beatdown. The Wizards are bad. Jordan Poole, I've never seen a player lose a game single-handedly like he lost a game against the Raptors. And it's all on Jordan Poole. I'm going to say this straight up a buck. Like, this guy was coming down, taking every bad shot, putting shoulder in skybar, doing everything that you should not do as a player, and it just let the Raptors back in the game. They should have best him before, and we would have got crushed. It was all him. So, for me, I'm sitting there, the Mavs, I just think they're going to smoke these guys, I think. I could be wrong, but I took the -5. It's at -4. I just feel comfortable with that line. And then my other play in the Raptors game is, so Raptors had great rebounding. We're not the worst. Bobby Portis double-double. Everybody's it's live. So the reason I took it, it's -130, but I actually parlayed it with Brook Lopez's points. Because I do think Brook Lopez will get his points today. I think the one thing that we don't do a great job at is guarding centers out at that 3-point line, or centers that can shoot, because Pirtle's not really that guy. Even if we get pressed in there, they still are great at guarding centers who can shoot. KP gave us the business when he played us, so it's kind of my comparison. So I parlayed Brook Lopez's over 13.5 points with Bobby Portis double-double, which is just me trying to avoid the hook on his rebound line. And I got that at +240. So it's Brook Lopez over 13.5, Bobby Portis double-double, +240. Mavs to cover, Dennis Schroeder over 1.5 threes at -105. And then I'll probably also get there with Ayton later on. His points. He's come around, he's getting his shots up, and he averages about 16 points against this Cavs team, about 18 points against Jared Allen straight up, and his line set at 12.5. It's a bit too low for me. I know nobody likes DeAndre Ayton, but if you go look at his game logs, he's getting the shots up, and he's efficiently scoring. So that's where I'm at tonight. Good luck to everybody, and we all catch.
Absolutely, Cam. Appreciate you coming on here, man. Sharing the thoughts on your Toronto Raptors, all the good vibes, man. Absolutely. Best of luck tonight, Cam. Hope you catch, man.
One more thing. It's a tail. So you took it like that. Derek Lively double-double. It's just hard not to take, knowing what we know about the Washington Wizards.
That's a fact. That's the fact, yeah. Best of luck tonight, man. All right, let's go, Keith, and then Dream. Keith, talk to me. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, Chris, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I can't complain, bro. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. About to hit the barber, get right for the weekend.
Hey, that. Okay.
But I had a roller coaster week 2 weeks ago, so I kind of dialed back, just became more of a watcher. I had a great night last night. Really wish Embiid didn't miss his dunk. He would have had 40, but it is what it is. Move on. I'm actually really not taking a lot of plays today. I'm really looking at the Wizards game. First play I looked at was Denny Avdia. I caught his assist number at 4.5, but I know if you look right now, it's at 3.5 at minus 130. He's gone over 3.5 in 4 of the last 5 games. I love the 4.5 number still. I still played it for this particular reason. The Mavs just gave up 35%. The Pelicans just scored 35% of their points in fast break, and Ingram contributed to 5 of those fast break assists. And Avdia in the last matchup, or in 2.5, 3/4, however long they actually ended up scoring against the Raptors, he had 4 fast break assists. So in the game with a point total at 244, in a game where Denny Avdia is one of the fastest playing players, and both these teams should be going up the court with the lackluster defense. I love Avdia to hit the 3.5, and I played it at 4.5 at plus 128 this morning. But a look that I love, and another look that I like is Jaden McDaniels over. Well, before I get to that one, another look I said for this Mavericks game was Luka Doncic over 7.5, 8.5 assists. That was just kind of a feeling spot, and with Kyrie out, I love it even more. It should kind of be like a standstill offense. If the Wizards decide to double him, he's going to kick out. If anyone wants like a last-second lean, I definitely recommend looking at Josh Green or Jaden Hardy if he gets added. Those two should be contributing tonight. But another look that I got was Jaden McDaniels over 2.5. The reason why I picked this was I was watching this morning. I got a chance to rewatch their last matchup from last year, and I think it was a similar spot going into the game tonight. They're just in a bad spot. But I was watching the game, and McDaniels had a lot of rebound chances. And all those rebounding chances just so happened to be right place, right time. So I just really believe with 2 guards on the floor that can easily give you 25, 30. And they're going to try to get Cat Gobert out of the perimeter. I think McDaniels can be at the right place, right time, and grab 2, 3 boards. And I got that at minus 122. So just to recap, I played Denny Avdia 4.5 assists at plus 128. Definitely got a lower number. I'm sticking to the 4.5 because I really believe he's going to get it. Jaden McDaniels over 2.5 rebounds, and then Luka Doncic assist at 8.5.
Okay. Hey, Keith got the looks, man. Appreciate you sharing all those, Keith.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. I definitely try to tune into other people's plays, but like I'm far away from. Right.
Yeah, no, do your thing, bro. Do your thing, man. Best of luck. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there.
Sure, appreciate it.
Absolutely, bro. Dream, what's the vibes, my guy?
What's the vibes? How are you, man?
I'm good, bro. How you doing, man?
I can't complain, man. Had a little heartbreaking night last night. Great bounce back. That round robin I gave out of here at Cash for plus 200. Beef still kind of fronted. And he lost minutes, that hurt. But yeah, he still got the attempts. I just wish he would have came through. But it's cool. I got 2 plays. A double lay I just put together. Plus 500.
What you got?
Bobby Portis, Julius Randle, and Jason Tatum. I think Embiid gonna get ruled out. I mean, hopefully he play. If he play, then that helps another play I got. But I think Embiid is gonna sit, and if he sits, I like Jason Tatum double regardless. But if he sits, I think it's a great spot. Julius Randle's got like 10 rebounds every game except for 2 this year. Had 12 and 13% the first game. Nice little pivot off Mitch, and I mean, shit, they both can eat. And Bobby Portis double minus 140. I just think that's a great press for Bobby against this Raptors team that gives up rebounds to anybody playing center / power forward. So yeah, Bobby Portis, Julius Randle, and Tatum double on DraftKings. It's a plus 502. And I got a 3-point lay, 3-legger, all plus money. It's like a plus 1,000. Let me pull it up. All right, Booker De'Aaron Fox and Donovan Mitchell all over their 3-point props. All of it's plus money, and it's a plus 1,000. Book, he only played twice, but I just love Book. I just feel like, he's going to average 38 and 5 this season on 40% from 3. So, he had 3 threes and 5 threes. The only 2 games he played this season, I believe. So, over 2.5 at plus money is a great play for me. De'Aaron Fox, he's shooting a lot of threes this year, much more from last year. So I think this line, I'm not gonna say it's gonna end the year at 3.5. I just think it's good value at plus 135. Nothing I would put a unit on, but definitely a nice lay piece for me. And Donovan Mitchell, smash spot for him tonight versus now it could be a blowout, hopefully not. Or maybe he does this in the first half. But, great spot. Portland gives up the most points to shooting guards. We was on Clarkston last night, scored 25. I think he had 30. Donovan Mitchell over his 3.5 threes. Again, plus money, plus 115. So that's Donovan Mitchell, Booker, and De'Aaron Fox all go over their threes. It's plus 1,011. So plus 10-11. I like that. Yeah, that's what I'm on. Appreciate it.
D Book, D Mitchell, and D Fox. All the D's. Okay. Pause there. What was you said plus 1,000 on that then?
Yeah,
plus 1,000. Dream got the looks, man. I like this one, Dream. I might end up getting there with you on that. Just put a little sprinkle on that. I like that one a lot. I could definitely see that happening for sure. I like that. I ain't gonna second guess it no more. Like it. Appreciate you, Dream, for coming through. Let's get Great White up here to close us out, and then we can get up off here, man. I'm actually over 25 minutes anyway. It's talking too long at the beginning. Great White, if you connected, I want to get a floor to you. Take us home, man. What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. Finally connected up.
Yeah, for sure. What's going on?
All right, so I wanted to give the Tatum PRA, but obviously, because I got it this morning at 42.5, gave it out for free. Obviously, it's going to be inflated now with all the injury news, and maybe he might not even play. So if you get maybe 44.5, I'd still take it, but if anything more than that, I wouldn't touch it. So since I can't really give that out official here, I'm going to give out my max play for free. It's going to be Kings money line. I got it at plus 100. It might still be at minus 105. Reason I'm on it, the Kings, they beat the Lakers the last time they played early in the year. I know people might say that this could be a revenge spot for the Lakers, but the Lakers, they just had a game last night. I feel like they put a lot of energy into that game. They obviously blew the Grizzlies out in season tournament game. But matchup-wise, I don't know if you spoke about this earlier because I just got off of work. The Lakers don't match up well, in my opinion, with the Kings, especially at the guard position. The Lakers really don't have that great guard defense, and it showed the last time that the Kings played them between Fox, Monk, and Keegan Murray. They scored over 76 points. They had a lot of threes. I think it's going to be the same thing tonight. I know the Lakers have been playing Cam Reddish more for defense, but I don't think he's going to make that big of a difference. Also, AD is probable, so that's good for the line. But LeBron, he's a game-time decision. I still feel like he's going to play, but I don't think the Lakers are going to get best efforts from AD and LeBron tonight. They won 3 in a row. I think the Lakers are due for a regression. Kings are at home. So those are the reasons why I'm going to be on the Kings money line tonight as a 3-unit max for me. And I also wanted to ask if I could drop like a quick promo. Yeah,
you can, Gray White. Real quick, Lakers are at home tonight, Gray White. That game could be a quick one. Right. But yeah, go ahead. You could drop a promo. Go ahead. You got the floor.
I'm just gonna put on the messages, and it's on my page. I opened up a free Telegram channel that I'm gonna be dropping free plays in there. It's also an open forum, so if people want to talk, any NBA players, exchange ideas, they could do that as well.
Okay, absolutely, man. Check out Great White. Always doing great work and giving out plays for free. He's typically always in here whenever he can get a chance to, and be dropping some winners, man. So I appreciate you coming back, Great White, and sharing the looks. I was about to shut the show down, and then I got a request from a very special individual. Gotta let my guy Stem up and see what he got to say. Stem, take us home. What you got for today?
What's good, Chris? How are you?
I'm good, my guy. Talk to me, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I got an interesting prop here off my guy Bilal Coulibaly.
Okay.
Obviously, his minutes are up massively. He's fully inserted into this rotation now. But his steals are what really intrigued me. So last 2 games, he's got 4 and 3. So on DraftKings, his 2+ steals is plus 200. However, if you go to same game parlay on DraftKings, it's plus 270. So I paired it with Denny Avdija. That is plus 270 there with both of them. So that's kind of just a little killer leg just to fill it up. But, I mean, 2 steals at plus 270 for him, I feel like is a little insane at this value with his recent usage, his playing style. I mean, he's extremely talented, and he's a defensive menace. So, I mean, at plus 270, that is a spot I cannot ignore.
What did you pair it with, Stem? You played it with Denny Avdija. What line did you pair it with for Denny Avdija?
2+ assists.
Oh, Avdija 2+ assists. Okay. Avdija.
That was my filler leg. Yeah, a lot of the other props were bringing it down a bit. Denny's been doing a great job out there. I expect him to get 2 assists. Knock on wood.
Right.
Hopefully that does not take it away. But I mean, yeah, that plus 270 for those 2. I mean, that's a great price. I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I know somebody came in earlier and said they like Denny Avdija to get his 4.5 assists. So yeah, I couldn't talk you off, Stem. I like the look, man. I was trying to find a way to play Bilal as well. I might get there with you and play the 2 steals also. I think that's a pretty good look. And I think, like you said, Stem, I think that line is only going to get shorter, especially with him getting increased minutes, especially back at home as well. Yeah, I like it a lot tonight.
Absolutely. All right, let's have a good night, guys. Let's catch it.
Let's do it, Stem. Appreciate you sharing the looks, man. Appreciate you sharing the looks. And that's what we got for today, man. I got to jump off here. It is 6:30. A lot of stuff to do before the games get started. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. And always, real quick, what I played, Derek Lively, over his 15.5 points plus rebounds. Derek Lively double-double, just a sprinkle, quarter unit at plus 450. I want to say it was plus 450. It might have been plus 500. I can't remember exactly what the odds were. Orlando plus 1 in the first half specifically. Not trusting them for the whole game, but they are 9-1 against the number in the first half. And then I did parlay the Dallas Mavericks money line with the Cleveland Cavaliers money line. I don't typically do that, but I did do that because I think both of those teams are in spots that they can win. And then Karis LeVert in that last game, over his 23.5 points plus assists with no Darius Garland in there today. So that's what I got. Best of luck to everybody tonight, man. Be back tomorrow to break down the 4-game card and do this all over again. Best of luck tonight, man. I'm out.